All right, what is cracking? The Combat Conversation is back. I'm your host, Mitchell Torres, and I'm here with the champ, Diego Bigelow. What's cracking, man?
Man, it's going good, bro. It's been a crazy week. Definitely eating good and chilling, so cannot complain.
Man, a lot of ups and downs, but ending it off good. A couple belts, not bad, man.
Yeah, I started my campaign in early 2018, like this month, actually last year, and yeah, I took some tough fights early on, and jumped right in. So I think I grew really fast because of that. So
cool, man. So for people that don't know, Diego is actually the Panda Cup 145-pound champion and the Bay Area combat champion.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to think about that one for a minute. But so let's start from the beginning, man. What gets you into this? Because you're a young dude, a lot of things you could do, but you're strapping on gloves and getting in the cage and fighting, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy lifestyle, man. I've been in the life for a long time. I started training when I was about 15 years old,
right.
And I just kind of kept it going. And I always had a vision of doing this from a really young age, and it just took a long time to pull the trigger and commit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the 9-to-5 thing held me down for a long time, but I just realized that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's that.
All right, so a little back into your story. So what gets you stepping into these arenas or like into your first martial art style? What is that?
It's weird. That's what kind of separates me from a lot of the guys that fight. Is I don't come from like a prestigious like wrestling background or a primarily striking background. I kind of started doing everything at Dan and Debbie's when I began. So I just kind of dipped my toes into everything at once. And I think I just kind of developed them as I went. And yeah, I've just been doing it.
And this was at 15?
This is at 15.
So
yeah.
Going to school and doing this stuff, how does that coincide with each other?
Actually, I started homeschooling my sophomore year. I went to Laurel High School my freshman year, and there was a homeschool program
right.
that was gonna help me pay for training.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was like, well, if I can go and train for free and go in the homeschool, then I'm gonna do that. So
nice.
They paid for my initial training, starting to
cool,
train.
Dude,
so
man.
yeah, so it was
man.
It was very clear that I wanted to be doing this over anything else from the get go.
Man, so what was your first combat experience?
I actually was a tournament at Marinobles.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was with Dan and Debbie in Auburn.
Uh-huh.
This is Auburn Martial Arts Center. This is 2011, and I went to Marinobles. And I got a taste of their pace. I think I got beat up so bad. It was like combat jiu-jitsu, type.
Yeah.
Sport jiu-jitsu and tournament, and then I did a kickboxing fight, all in one day, and it was just a crash course. You know what I mean? Oh, this is what these guys are doing. And I remember thinking man, I'm gonna get into Marinobles. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I love Dan and Debbie, and they're it was an amazing start and everything like that. I just remember seeing their program and being I think I want to come here. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah, and then I ended up making the move 2 years later when I was I was almost a junior in high school, and then I started full time at Marinobles.
Wow, yeah, but over there you got some real good partners, man. I see your team out at every event, man. Those guys are some savages.
Bad dudes, man. Yeah, it's it's easy to feel confident when you got world class guys
right.
in that are training, and my coach Dave Marinoble, he's battle tested himself,
yes,
and
right.
He's trained champions.
Yeah, because I remember seeing you at maybe 3 Panda Cups ago, and I was watching. I go, man, that dude looks serious. I didn't want to go up to him and bug you. I was like, this dude's in the zone. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that dude just flooring full.
Yeah, man, it was a good fight, man. It was I was feeling especially light on my feet that day.
Well, I seen it in you. I was like, man, ain't nothing gonna stop this guy.
Yeah.
I seen it. So that's why I was kind of on you, hey man, what's next?
Yeah, it was cool. I realized when I finally did come back to Marinobles, because there was a period of time where I left Marinobles,
right.
From 18 until about 22.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I was training, coming back every now and then, but as far as fighting, it seemed like a distant dream or memory. Oh, it'll never kind of materialize.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I got into kicking it and chilling,
right.
and being just being a kid, and
yeah.
I didn't really have a normal high school experience, so I was kind of, when I turned 18, I was excited to get out and go hard.
I think everybody needs to do that.
Yeah,
though.
and that was what it was for me. I think I was okay, cool. If I just get this out of my system.
Yeah.
Except a year kind of turned into 2 years, and then 2 years turned 3 years, and then I realized like work and all that. And then, like the main thing that happened was I had my son at 18.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had my son at 18, so I realized, oh, I gotta strap up these boots and go to work. You know what I mean? And yeah, but I had I pretty much just made the decision a few years later that this is what I need to commit
And
to.
that's a decision to make, man. That's a decision to have to strap on some gloves, to get in a cage, and duke it out.
And for what?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I was gonna get any money for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had to but I knew that if I was gonna do it, I was gonna commit. So I had I quit my job and explained to my girl that this is what I need to be doing, and we did it.
Well, I mean, especially if you have that fighter spirit and heart, man. I mean, it's just like anything else. Like people enter them to get their dream job sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
That's what that is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people like me, I pay for jiu-jitsu fucking classes, you know. I mean, and pay for tournaments and pay for all this shit for what? I want to do it, you know.
It's love, man.
But you're on a different level now because every fight gets you closer and closer to actual money coming in, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. It's like it seems still distant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it all still feels like a hobby. Like you know, like maybe it might materialize, maybe it might not. But I think the proof is really in my performance.
Yeah.
And I gotta keep proving it. It's to myself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I keep proving to myself that even under really bad circumstances, I can perform and show up.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm confident.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, you have every reason to be confident right now too, man. You haven't even hit your peak yet. You're still growing as an athlete and everything. And man, there's so much ahead of you. I could just see it, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that if I stick to what I'm doing and I stay confident in that, you know what I mean, and not question it and doubt it, then like it already has. It's just gonna show up. I could not imagine myself doing anything that I'm doing right now, even a year ago.
So what's your training regimen like right now?
Right now it's all Marinobles. I just I had before my last camp, I was doing Casio's, MMA Gold on certain days to spar and stuff, and then I was doing obviously Marinobles 3 to 4 times a week, just due to financial reasons and stuff like that. I had to pull out of Casio's just temporarily. And then I couldn't make the drive out to MMA Gold as much for this camp. And so it was just 5-6 days a week training at Marinobles.
And your whole training regimen broken up into particular sessions, like striking one day, grappling one day, or it's just always just MMA training?
Yeah, we got Mondays and Wednesdays are a fight team specifically, so we do a lot of rounds on those days. And then the rest is you hit kickboxing, hit jiu-jitsu class.
And are you in charge of your own strength and conditioning?
We do our mandatory Marinoble strength and conditioning on Saturdays. So we go to the ARC track, we smash out a bunch of conditioning, a bunch of blow out our lungs, and then depending on how we feel or what we've done, we go back to Marinobles and get some tech sparring in or some grappling, just sport-specific strength conditioning. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nice. So I can't say that I'm on I go do CrossFit 3 times a week.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, man, because I see your stories on Instagram and everything. You're always putting in work. You're always doing something.
Yeah.
You're always looking to strap on gloves or hit the mats. That's what I'm like, man, what is this guy doing all day long? Just training, it seems like.
Yeah, I go home. I'm definitely in a good situation, as far as, as hard as it is, I have, good support system.
Right.
When I didn't decide to, go back and commit to martial arts, it was not done lightly.
Right.
I remember just before, a few months before I made the move back and to totally 100% training, the perfect situation isn't gonna show up.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta create it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think creating the situation for me where I could give my all to this lifestyle was explaining to the people close to me that this is what I need to be doing, and they could all see that it was the right move. And because of that, I've been able to 100% give myself to the sport this whole year.
Well, that's what I see. When I see man, you're always putting in so much. Man, I mean, it's almost that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, it doesn't feel. You miss 3 days and you feel like a piece of crap. You know what I mean? You're not I'm not dedicated. You know what I mean? It has an effect on your performance when you're putting this much work in. So it's been crazy. It's been weird to see my body kind of evolve and adapt to the lifestyle.
Right.
Because you can't, at first it was like, oh, I was always broken down, always busted up. Like, because really giving yourself to the sport is different. You know what I mean? It's really giving yourself to it and really putting in the work. Your body's got to change, you know what I mean? So just the changes I've made athletically and physically, it's been pretty shocking.
Well, even mentally, what's gone through your mind from maybe 4 fights ago to now,
I'm jaded to it all now. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and yeah, there's always like periods, like I feel a certain way a month out, I feel a certain way a couple weeks out,
which
I feel
is
a certain
common.
Way. Yeah, everybody goes through that. You know what I mean? But specifically for myself, like I just feel like I'm kind of like numb to it now. You know what I mean? Like I know that this is going to happen. Like I'm gonna get in the cage and I'm gonna have to fight. So, you know what I mean? Like there's just no point in fighting it mentally. Like, you know what I mean? I did that before my first fight. Because I had like so many pullouts. Like, because I was supposed to have my first fight early 2017.
Yeah.
But I kept, because like, no one's serious. Like it just always happened that I would get like a pullouts. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I ended up having to take a fight from a guy from Alpha Male. So like, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I know, of course you hear that big team, you're like terrified. Oh my god, they train Ultimate Fitness, like it's over. You know what I mean? And but I'm gonna have confidence in where I'm training and where I'm at, and I think that's what's, just looking at what I can do,
right,
and not focusing on what anyone else can do.
Yeah.
That's what's really changed.
Yeah, man, and your guys' camp is good, man. I'm telling you, man. I see them everywhere. I mean, I remember going to McGregor Diaz too, and Max was on that card. It's like, man, you guys are in the big show.
Yeah.
And some gyms just don't got that. They don't got those caliber of fighters to train them and push people, especially for young guys like you. I mean, it's like that's got to mean everything.
For sure, yeah. It's like it's easy to feel confident when you got guys like that and that are supporting you and lifting you up and telling you things that you need to hear. You know what I mean?
Right.
Being real with you, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because these guys have lived that life. Anthony, like Max, like these guys have put in the real work, like stuff that I can't even think about. I can't tell you what it's like because I haven't reached that level.
Right.
And to have them be able to it rubs off on you.
Right.
And yeah, so I think the growth that we have, everybody has world class guys at their gym. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just how you choose to idolize them. I think they're awesome. So I want to be like them, and I think inadvertently I've absorbed whatever they have going on. You know what I mean? And I think but it's really my coach, Dave. Dave, we learned from a book none of you have access to. You know what I mean? Like, that's real. You can convince yourself that you do, but sorry, Dave Marinoble was on a different level.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
that's a real shit.
You got to get in there with him to understand, and he's not going to work with everybody because even really good guys have gone in there, and I've seen them really good fighters, really good guys that could perform anywhere. They'll go in and train with Marinoble, and they don't like it. Because it's a different type of training. We don't have to agree with it, but I promise you, if you give yourself to it, it'll work.
Right. Yeah, that's real. That's real right there, man. So what's your schedule looking like, man? What are your goals? And maybe what's the word? Maybe you have a brainstorm of where you want to go. What's the next steps?
It was very clear last year what I wanted to do. Because nothing was clear. So,
right.
Now I've just last year was fight. Just as many fights as I can get. 5 fights. It was what I was able to get. And I did it.
Wow.
I showed up for all of them. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of fights for a year, man.
Gosh, dude, my body was jacked. You know what I mean? I healed up over Christmas, but you know what I mean? It was tough. And but I think this year it's more what's next after amateur. You know, it's not a conversation that's even close to being had. I'm focused on I haven't the next date's coming up is May 4th, so probably a title defense for Panda Cup.
Nice.
And then I really like Panda Cup's cage. That's really where I want to fight there.
I like the Panda Cup shows, man. They're really good.
Sure,
and they're switching it up this year, too. They're doing something different, right?
New
venue.
New venue. I'm not sure when that's happening. I don't know if it's going to be for the May 4th, but it's cool. They got and it's the real magic of Panda Cup is their cage. It's so big. It's feels like I could fly in there, there's so much breathing room.
Yeah, every show it gets better and better too. Bubba and Anthony are doing a great job with that.
Yeah, they're doing awesome. I really like working with them. And it was my first fight with anywhere outside of Sacramento was with Bay Area Combat, so that was a good experience.
Yeah, that was nice too, man.
That was fun. The canvas was crazy though.
Was it slippery?
Yeah, it was slippery as hell. I don't know. It was like cloth.
Oh, it's like cloth. Wow.
Yeah, it was like clothy. Like it was strange. Like me and my teammate Julius after the fight were like, yeah, this is crazy. Like, bro, I was slipping everywhere. I remember getting in the cage. I like stepped in and like I took a lap. You know what I mean? Like that. And I just kind of was feeling around. I was like, where's my grip? I was like, it's gonna magically appear, you know. And I threw like a push kick and slipped my first kick.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that's slippery, huh? I knew it looked slippery, but I'm like, man, that's nuts, man.
Don't process it until you're standing in it like you're about to scrap. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. It was weird. It was a bizarre experience. But definitely it shows you like you got to be prepared for that stuff. All the little details matter. You know what I mean? You can't like fold on yourself. You know, like, oh my god, panic attack, because it does feel like that. You know what I mean? Like it was a strange canvas, but I had a good time. It was a good learning experience. That dude Ian was. He was
a game dude.
Yeah, he was trying to like. Yeah, I was like, remember thinking before the fight, I was like, oh, I'm gonna tag him. You know what I mean? Like, and it was like almost as if the fact that he wasn't like moving.
Mm-hmm.
It was just being. He was a straight line.
Yeah.
And he was like cutting me off. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't settle into like movement. I couldn't get him to make mistakes with movement because he really was just moving forward. So you know, like you got somebody looking at you like a robot, and you're hitting them with hard shots, and they just keep coming forward. You're like, damn, I had to reevaluate my position in this fight.
How did your hands feel after that one? Because you were throwing some bombs in there, especially on the floor.
Gosh, and you know, it's like the gloves that I had were new. Like Blackout gave me some gloves, and before the fight, and they were like super, like they were smaller than regular ones. They just felt smaller, like tight, and my wraps inside of them like made my hands rocks. So this dude like took some hard shots, but like with extra like hard gloves. So like he had some chin, he had a chin on him, man, and he just like kind of dumbed down the fight to where he was just like, all right, bro, you can move all you want. I'm not gonna, you know, and that's it. So what my usual game plan, which is make guys, make distance mistakes, it just wasn't working for me, and so I had to figure it out. And he was like really strong too. Like, there's only one guy that I fought that was stronger than him.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, my second fight, I fought this 55er. I was like a beast. Yeah.
Damn.
It was crazy. Yeah, he was a beast, man. He like just like out wrestled me for 3 rounds, but. Yeah, no, Ian was pushing me up against the cage, held me there. It was like real. At the end of the fight, he took me down twice. Like at the end of the fight, all I could think about was those 2 takedowns. You know what I mean? I didn't take into account my reversals and the strikes from the top. But you know, at the end of the fight, when you got somebody hanging on you like that, and draining your energy, your muscles are filling up. You don't feel good.
I mean, that fight was, man. That's why I was like, man, how did his hands feel? Because like, you were throwing some bombs, dude.
Man.
You were throwing some bombs.
My wrist hurt the next day. I'll be real. I threw some. I was trying to stay too, like, you know, I know, like I was like not pulling the trigger as much. You know what I mean? But I think I learned a lot from it. It was a good experience.
Man, that's great, dude. So, what hobbies? What do you do besides fighting, man? Let people know what you do.
Dude, man,
Who you are.
I'm really simple, man. I really like kicking it with my son and my girl, and I love cooking food. That's really my main thing.
Oh yeah, dude, you're eating good, bro. I see your stories, man. You're eating good.
Yeah, man. I'm really into nutrition. I had a failed attempt at school at college, but I went for nutrition, and it was ended up being like I botched out, but it was like I learned some stuff from it. You know what I mean? And it kind of carried over. But I really love cooking, and I don't want to eat like unhealthy. I don't want to eat like healthy food that tastes like crap.
Right.
So I kind of adapted in that sense to where I just kind of put all my energy into figuring out how I was gonna enjoy it the whole camp. You know?
No, your food looks good, man. I mean, I need to take a page out of that, you know, because I eat like shit. But
man.
Oh well.
It's coming. I'm trying to just earn my perfectly spherical beer belly. You know what I mean? Just let me grind through my 20s. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna chill after that. Yeah, man. So I'm on the stakes this week, but I'll be back at it. I'll just get really back on my diet because I don't want to blow up too hard like I did in between my last fight. Like that was a really bad move for me.
Are you looking to take every fight they throw at you, or are you being selective at this point?
No, not selective yet. I've been like, you know, I've gotten a few like other belt offers. You know what I mean? It's more like I'd rather just fight in Sacramento. Yeah. You know what I mean? And because I did the Bay Area and now I have the belt, like maybe I'll defend it now. You know what I mean? I'll probably defend it in June. Yeah, it's more a matter of convenience, and it has to make sense. And you know, we're not gonna drive out to San Diego for a fight. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like we're not gonna do that. You know, like right now, like it's just I think near a place where I can start having that conversation.
Well, that's good too, because I always tell people, like, say, man, if you can't get support in your own backyard, good luck getting support in the world.
Yeah.
Get all these people to know, man, because
Yeah.
let them know you're coming, bro.
I want everybody to know that, like, I want to represent Sacramento. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, proper. You know what I mean? Like, we got like so many amazing fighters here.
Yeah.
And I just want to kick it with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many good guys. Like, I'm just one of many, many really, really highly talented guys out of the Sacramento, NorCal area.
There's so many in all aspects of combat sports. These dudes are at grappling, at kickboxing, and boxing. I'm like, dude, I tell some people, like, man, this is like I don't understand how this place is not just booming in every realm of combat sport.
Exactly.
It's like they almost don't want you to know.
Yeah, and that's what I say. A lot of my training partners, like jiu-jitsu specific guys, like I train with my buddy. Actually, before my first fight, one of my main sparring partners for my ground game was Josh Settlage. You know Josh?
Oh yeah, I know Josh. Yeah,
stud, man.
Yeah.
Like somebody said, people don't know about, like, I got access to some savages, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that are not fighters, you know what I mean? Like, he's a jiu-jitsu player, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like he rolls as good as any fighter I'm gonna see.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a good wrestler, dude.
He's
Really
a
good.
beast,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then I was before this fight, I couldn't make it Nicasio, so I had Donnie come in.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
help me out, and Donnie really helped me out, and because I knew I was fighting a purple belt, so I was like bringing my own purple belt.
Yeah, right,
you know
man.
what I mean? So yeah, like I said, we have there's not just good guys in the big teams. You know what I mean? There's good guys everywhere, and there's things you can learn everywhere, and that's the attitude that I've held. And I've gone over to MMA Gold a lot and gotten a lot of rounds with them and seen some different looks. And there's some really hardcore studs over there that really helped me out. And yeah, like, Sacramento's dope, man. I really I love it. I love training out here. I love what I'm learning, and I don't think I'm going anywhere.
Yeah, that's why. Like, when I moved out here, man, I've only been out here for a few years, but I've been hitting up every sporting event, every combat sport event, and just marveling at the talent out here, And like I'm telling, like, when I see him, like, that dude, he got it right here,
Thanks,
And then, I'm like kind of dumb. I go up to everybody, tell them. If I think, I'm like, hey man, I speak my mind all the time. Like, that dude, he got it. That dude, he got it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Once I've heard that now, and I know it.
Yeah.
But then there's also this level of, oh shit. You know how many other savages there are? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, now I gotta like plan on fighting the best guys.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Because I know that it's coming.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, the only way you don't think I'm for real is when you're 1, a hater, 2, blind, or 3, you just
don't want to.
you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's it. Like, I have to tell myself that, like, that the really good matchups are yet to come.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why, like, with each fight, I get a little bit more anxiety. I train harder. Like, like, I know that bigger things are coming. So.
Well, that's the right mentality to have. You don't want to be just gassing yourself the whole time.
Oh man, yeah. But like I said, that's what I'm saying though. You tell me I'm for real.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But there's also a level of, like, oh shit, now
Yeah.
I got to answer for that. You know what I mean? And I will answer for that.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to answer for that. So. Respectfully, I think
Yeah.
I'm excited. You know what I mean? I'm excited. I just want to show people that I'm for real.
That's what's up. I mean, man, you guys got to go watch his videos, man, on YouTube, on Facebook. I mean, you want to see some good awards. Check out this last fight at Bay Area Combat. It was a good one, man.
Yeah, old boy was trying to work me, man. he threw a head kick that, like, landed flush on my jaw, man. I was like, what?
And you walked through that thing.
Yeah,
You ate it.
yeah, I was like, why are you throwing head kicks at me, bro? You're supposed to be a ground fighter. You're supposed to be shooting on me, not throwing head kicks.
Yeah, he threw in a little wrench in that one.
Yeah, he did. And he was like, it's funny. I saw the picture. His foot is perfectly turned over. Like, his knee is turned over. His foot is pivoted out. Like, it was a crisp kick. You know what I mean? I was like, dang, man, I'm lucky I didn't go out.
Yeah,
So excited. You can't sleep on nobody, man. Everybody who's willing to get in the cage with you, no matter how good you are, you better take them for real. And
Right.
that's what this last fight taught me. So you can't think you're gonna walk through anybody.
Right.
Everybody. This is just a grown man standing across from you.
Exactly, man.
It's a grown man with his own reasons to be there. So it's not a game.
Yeah. That's what's up, dude. So, I mean, besides cooking, what else?
Bro, dude, I'm really simple, man. I just train really, really hard.
That's it, huh?
I've made my life about martial arts, and I love to cook. I love to chill. I love to go out and kick it. I mean,
Movies, gaming.
You know, but you know what I mean? That's really about it. You know what I mean? I go and I love it. I love living a really simple kickback life, you know, because that's it. I watch my son all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I train during the night. I get to work out in the morning.
How old is your son?
He's 4 now.
What does he think about what you do?
He's awesome, man. He's starting to like his little personality's waking up, so he's starting to get certain things and he's like punch, you know, and he like grabs my belt, says he's the champ,
shit.
all types of stuff. So that shit is special, you know what I mean? You get to see him kind of start to get it, and like I explained to him before my fight, like, Daddy's gonna go over here, and he's gonna fight. You're gonna punch? Yeah, I'm gonna punch. You know what I mean? So he's coming and throwing kicks and punching at me and grabbing my gloves, and so that's really special for me. You know what I mean? So definitely all my time and energy goes into my son and in training.
What if he wants to do it? What do you say to that?
I'm not too thrilled about the idea right now, but I mean, whatever he wants to do, our goal is to put him into gymnastics coming up here.
Yeah.
So I really want him to like learn how to not be afraid of his own body.
Right.
Because I was like super scary as a kid. Like I was like not the type of kid to go like try backflips and like I couldn't even do a backflip into a pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't do that shit right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So but I was afraid athletically to try things. You know what I mean? So I think gymnastics would be like a good move for him to like learn how to like trust his body. You know what I mean?
So when you grew up, so fighting at 15, you said, right?
Yeah, it's just when I started.
You didn't do any sports before that?
I played competitive soccer.
Okay, well that's a good one right there, man. That's coordination. That's taking hard. Like a lot of people I know that did soccer in school, those dudes were athletes to the max, man.
Some studs, man.
That conditioning and like even though a lot of guys that went from soccer to jiu-jitsu, and man, those guys' gas tanks is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Their drills are hard. Everything's hard. You know, I think that's a hard sport in general, man.
Yeah, it's all running, man. You know what I mean? But I loved it. I love playing soccer. You know what I mean? Soccer was really like kind of what my family.
Oh yeah.
Like to do, and so definitely when I decided I wanted to do MMA, it was like taboo. You know what I mean? Like,
what did they think about it?
Oh, my mom thought I was insane. You know what I mean? My mom didn't even let my brothers play football growing up. You know what I mean?
Here. My mom didn't let me play football.
I wanted to look savage with all the big pads and the helmet. And my mom was not having it.
Yeah,
you know
my mom was not having that shit either, man.
But yeah, it was. But when I did this, when I ultimately did, like it did a lot for me. Like you know, it's anybody who does martial arts know that shit can save you. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. But what was calling you to it? Like, what was it?
I mean, I was a little bit of. I mean, aside because I play soccer or whatever. Yeah, I wasn't like a regular field fairy. I I had some issues. You know what I mean? So I like to like go and scrap and stuff like that. But I always felt like I had to prove something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And freshman year like of high school was kind of rough for me. So like, I kind of had it in my mind that like, ooh, I'll show you. You know what I mean? You watch me go do this. You know what I mean? And when I started training, I was like, this is kind of bigger than all that. You know what I mean? And what it's doing for me, like I just was like super chill. Like all of a sudden, like I didn't want to like go and like yell at people for no reason, get angry and throw things and be childish. And of course, it's much more extreme than that. I'm being very, but it started out because I was angry and ended out like I want to fight. Like,
well, martial arts puts you in check too. Like makes you put everything in order. You know, put your life in order.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy about it.
Whenever I left, that's when things went chaotic.
Right.
You know what I mean? My life fell into chaos when I left American Nobles. You know what I mean? Like it was a rough 3 years out of American Nobles. You know what I mean? I was having my kid and this and that, crazy jobs and.
What was it like walking back in? After 3 years,
it was like a breath of fresh air.
Really?
It was like a true breath of fresh air. It was like this is it. This is it. Why did I ever leave? You
That's great to hear, man.
And Mayor Noble always knew. I walked into his gym at 16, like I was like almost 17 years old, and I told him I was like, yeah, I want to be a champion. You know what I mean? Talking big shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, he told me before my last fight. He's like, yeah, I remember that conversation, and you know I knew from that moment that you know something might be different with you, and if you weren't supposed to be here, you wouldn't. And that's kind of the energy I took into my last fight. So he knows, you know what I mean? He knows, and because he knows, I know. You know what I mean? Like if that makes sense. Like
it makes sense.
It's like you know, when someone believes in you, you know, after you believed in yourself, and then it's like comes back at you, it's like it only strengthens it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went into Mare Nobles with a very clear goal. It just took a lot longer than I thought it would. You know, it took a few extra years of preparation, you know, and I had to grow up.
Yeah.
I had to grow up a little bit.
But the mission's back on track.
Whew, the plan was never a bad one. It was the execution. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on it now. I'm on the right track.
It's good to hear, man.
And the only thing that has to hold up is my body.
Right.
So my mind's in it. I'm committed.
That's what I mean. You're young. Your body's gonna hang in there for a minute. Dude.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
So do you watch a lot of MMA, or are you the type of person that does it so much that you don't even want to watch it?
Dude, I'm a fan of MMA first. You know what I mean? I know guys that are like that. Like, oh, I don't watch MMA. I don't even follow the sport. That's cool, bro. I'm like a kid. You know what I mean? Like I want to watch. You know, I watch a lot of MMA. You know what I mean? But actually, like, one of my favorite fighters isn't even like in the UFC. He's in Bellator. It's Michael Chandler.
Oh yeah, Michael Chandler. Yeah, that dude's a sav, man.
Fighter of all time, bro. Like that dude is. I just wish he could go in the UFC and like do some damage.
Yeah, I thought he was for a minute too. For a minute there, I thought he was going to go in like last year. I like, man.
But that's what's so cool about his path is like looking at it is he decided what was best for him early on, and he's like, you think he's not getting paid?
Yeah,
crazy. You know what I mean? He's comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe he's not making super mills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I bet you he's comfortable.
Oh yeah, and he has the fights on his resume that shows that he's fought the top dogs. You know,
For sure.
Yeah.
Eddie Alvarez.
He beat Eddie Alvarez. If he fought what's that dude's
Tricky
name?
Pitbull.
Oh yeah, both of them. He's gonna fight the other one right now coming up.
Yeah.
And then what's that dude's name? The one that beat Eddie. Oh man, forget that dude's name. He went to PFL.
That's the one that just put up the $1 million purse, right?
Yeah, he went to PFL, and I can't believe I'm butchering that dude's
I can't even
name.
think of it. There's so many guys who fought. But what was it? Yeah, PFL, didn't they just put up $1 million fight purse for 45ers and Lance Palmer won it?
Yeah, won $1 million
crazy,
bucks. Yeah, he won $1 million bucks.
And before this tournament, I didn't even know what PFL was.
Well, I believe they were a real series of fighting. They went under, and then they reemerged as PFL, and then they just have investors dump tons of money into it, and they started
World Series was Ray Safo's.
Yeah.
Right? And he runs PFL
now?
now?
I think he's behind the scenes now.
Oh, okay.
But I think they kind of merged into that. Who's your Mount Rushmore of MMA fighters?
Like top 4?
Yeah.
Gosh, man. Oh, man, I'm on the spot now. Definitely Michael Chandler's up there. I'm like a true fan, a genuine fan. I think it wouldn't be an MMA fighter, but it's a striker, John Wayne Spar.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Beast, unbelievable. Like I love watching him fight. Like all his old fights too. When he just went over there and beat all the Thai dudes. Like it's a savage. You know what I mean? Gosh, other than that, I got like. I'll give you a mainstream one. I gotta have at least one mainstream. Yeah, it's gotta be. You got me, man. There's so many, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But I just know that if I'm going to drop a favorite, it would have to be just Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
Bro. Everything about Michael Chandler is like how I want to be. You know what I mean?
What are your thoughts on this upcoming fight coming up tomorrow? With,
Lionheart?
Yeah, Lionheart and Jones.
God, man, why does Lionheart look like he might do it? Nah, I don't think he's going to do it. Nah, I mean, he does have a look in his eye, though. Yeah. You know, I respect anyone that, but he, you know what I mean? Nah, he's going to get wrecked, bro. John Jones is just too good. But what if he just, like... All I'm saying is, like, with anyone that fights Jones, if someone does something that, like, shocks the world, you got to give that to him. You know what I mean? There's always a chance. You know what I mean? Why am I going to say that I'm not going to root for the underdog? You know what I mean? But
I just want to see what Jones looks like when he gets hit by someone that's really going to hit him, you know? And what do you think about Robbie Lawler and Ben Askren?
I want to see if, like, Askren can just, like
really
ruin him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler, as far from an MMA perspective, should win this fight.
Yeah, he should.
But
Robbie Lawler has won me so much money, dude. I bet on that dude every single time, and he has won me so much money, dude. Both Rory fights, I bet on him. I bet on him against Kosh when he came back. I bet on him with Johnny Hendricks. I'm like, man, that dude just kept putting money in my pocket.
What about when he got slept by Tyrone?
Oh, that was something horrible, dude.
Did you know that was gonna happen?
No, that's the one time I bet on him. I lost that one.
Yeah. No, he's crazy, man. He's crazy. Oh shit, it's tweaking out.
His his butterfly hooks are super good. Like when people get on top of him, he uses butterfly hooks really good. Every time he's gone against a wrestler, they put him down. He butterfly hooks all the time to get back up. Yeah, he has a really good butterfly hook.
So what's gonna happen with what do you think Askren's gonna do to him?
I think either Robbie puts him away in the first, or Bandit gets a decision.
Like just checks his chin
Yeah.
early. Is that the only way that he wins?
Because okay, this is what I think. A lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this, but Bandit Askren, his last few opponents, they're not up to par. You know, he fought Shinya Aoki at 170 pounds. Shinya Aoki's a 150 or maybe even lower. You know, and then he's fought. I mean, Jay Heron gave him his best fight. You know, I think Jay Heron won that fight.
This was with Askren?
Yeah, it was Askren. That was in Bellator. You know,
did he fight a Lima, one of the Lima brothers?
Yeah, he beat Diego Lima. I mean,
was it Douglas?
Douglas Lima. I get him confused now. Yeah, he beat Douglas Lima back in the day.
Was Douglas good then?
He was.
He's really good now.
Yeah, he's really good
He's a
now.
savage.
Yeah, he had potential. You could see it. There's something about him.
Yeah.
But he's not the same Lima. You know, he's not the same. Now he's a freaking beast, dude.
Yeah, but as I said, Askren's wrestling pedigree.
Yeah.
I just want to see how it holds up against the best fighters.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, dude.
And this is a great like because if he beats Lawler, then that opens up a whole can of worms of all right.
Yeah, he beat the
because
former champion.
he had a good point when he said that. Hey, look, I'm not trying to start anything, but I'm letting you know, like I think like 5 out of the 6 male UFC titles are held by American wrestlers,
Right.
or wrestlers in general.
Yeah.
So he's got man. I mean, we'll
Which
see
is
what
true,
he does.
dude. Yeah, it's true.
His NCAA highlights and his college career is aside from his MMA highlights are just retarded. Like he's just that good.
Yeah, his grapple is incredible. It's different. But, I remember seeing video of him and Marcelo Garcia rolling, and Marcelo was getting him, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's jiu-jitsu, you know. That's pure jiu-jitsu against wrestling.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it ain't like Marcelo was out wrestling him in a wrestling room.
That'd be a good Damian Maia versus Askren.
Oh yeah,
That'd be like just because even physically they resemble each other.
They might just get stuck in mounting inside the guard and just hold on to
tied up. Yeah, 50-50 the whole fight. That'd be the boringest fight ever.
Oh yeah, that would be, who did that? That was like Jake Shields and Damian Maia. People got mad at that fight. I was entertained, but people were like, "That was boring." I'm like, man, I was super entertained by that fight.
Yeah. Oh, what's it called? But the thing, it's so crazy because you saw the Kamaru
and Woodley face off.
I want to see if Kamaru can even do anything to him.
I was surprised how big he was.
Yeah, he looks like
he looked big, man.
Yeah, he's broad, man. But then again, like I don't know, like Tyrone just makes everything like he's just so athletic and he's such a force that like he like makes everybody, even Damian Maia, like you know what I mean.
He has some stuff in his hands too, Tyrone. And I remember seeing and what questioned me like about that fight is that I remember seeing video of Michael Johnson KOing Usman in the training room, dude. I'm
Who?
like Michael Johnson.
KOing Usman?
Yeah, I seen it. So I'm like
hilarious.
saying it's Michael Johnson, who's a 145er, sometimes a 155er, could KO a 170 pounder, a big 170er.
Oh, you better watch out, Max. I'm coming. Yeah. Man, I think I got serious with Max one time when I was like 17, and I remember we were sparring, and I went forward hella seriously on Max, and he did this little smile, and he threw one straight left, not even a right, a straight left, and just dropped me. I was like, oh man, reality check.
Man, Max won his last fight, dude.
For sure.
That was the most corrupted, crooked thing I've ever seen in my life, dude.
The fact that even happens is insane to me.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And I thought, just to make sure I wasn't tripping, I went on social media right away to make sure everybody else had the same opinion I did. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, good. I'm not crazy because, sometimes I can be biased,
Yeah.
But I wanted to be sure, man, that didn't seem right.
It doesn't, anyone with eyes can see that.
Yeah.
Max wrecked him,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not like we're talking about steroid Thiago.
Yeah.
2008 Thiago is not the same human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, that's a problem. You can't go to Brazil and fight people in their backyards,
You know what I mean? 'Cause, I don't know. I'd like to think that if you lose a fight in the United States, you lose a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was just some extra crookedness. And I guess he went up to him after the fight and said, "Oh, this is Fortaleza." What does that mean?
Yeah.
I whooped your ass, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But it's unfortunate, but the way that Max is taking it, in the way that he's held himself, it taught me a lot.
Yeah.
That's how you act. That's how a true professional acts, and that's how Max acted. He was just like, "Look, man, I know I smashed him, blah blah blah.
And everybody knows. That's the thing. Everybody knows. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what that record says, everybody knows. You know.
Even when he fought Millender, what did Millender do? Not match him for one takedown. That was the only thing that was in Millender's quote unquote favor. Was like, I saw the stats. All he did was match him for a takedown. It was 1 for 1. That was it. So it's crazy. I mean, they've been doing Max dirty, but you know, but like I said, Max puts on such exciting fights that, I mean, like he's gonna be he's in the UFC.
Even man, I felt bad for Mike Perry taking that fight. Like, what is Mike Perry doing taking that fight?
Turn that dude's face into roadkill.
I was like, because there was so much hype on Mike Perry, but when they matched him up, I was like, what are they doing? I mean, that's their poster boy. What are they doing putting him against Max? Max is gonna wreck this dude, you know?
Yeah.
It made no sense to me, like, because usually the UFC wants to protect their investments, you know? Like,
it's so weird that fool's even in the UFC still, right? You know what I mean? Like, he's lost every good guy. Except, actually, I was surprised by his win over
Paul Felder.
Yeah. That was interesting. I was like, wow, dude, you look good in that fight, bro.
Yeah, he looked big too in that fight. Oh man, Paul Felder too, man. He had that deflated lung, dude, after his last fight. I was like, what the hell?
That's great. What?
Yeah, when he fought, what's that tall skin dude's name? Man, I'm blowing it right now. Well, he got hit in the, I guess he got kicked in the chest, and at the same time it deflated his lung. Yeah, so he was in the hospital up until like last week after that last fight, like from last week.
Dang.
Yeah.
I didn't hear nothing about this. That's like news to me.
Yeah, he had a deflated lung.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's cool, man. Like I said, as far as like real MMA, like in motivation, like I got it right next to me every day.
Oh yeah, for sure you do, man.
You know what I mean? Max is like my fucking hero. You know what I mean? Like seeing him, like I remember seeing him on Ultimate Fighter back in the day before I even met him, and I was like, bro, he's a beast. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, I love the big homies, and I love my coaches, and I think I'm around the right stuff.
Oh, dude, you are for sure, man. I mean, shoot. So what's next, man?
Man, we'll see. We'll just keep showing up to these amateur fights. We'll see what my coaches want to do. When I trust my coaches. I got Tracy Skates, a real mind in the sport. Like he's very, very knowledgeable, and he understands and where I am and where I need to be in fights. And actually, he helps me break down a lot of the guys that I fight. And so we go into fights really well prepared. And but Dave Marinoble, he's who's gonna tell me when I'm ready. And so it could come soon, it could come late, you know what I mean, like later this year. But my ultimate goal, if I'm going to put it out there, is I really do want to turn pro by this summer. So
this 145, is that something you're going to take into the pros, the weight?
For surely.
Yeah, because you're a big 145er, dude.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you're big as me.
You know what I mean? Bro, I'm like trying to like really, like, I feel good and I still feel good, but like I'm also at that like, that size where I'm kind of still too small for 55. Mm-hmm. And I'm way too big for 35.
Yeah, but I can't imagine you trying to.
45 is just like, it just makes sense to me. My body likes it. I feel great when I'm on weight. You know what I mean? I can get within 3 pounds of being on weight just by getting in shape.
Oh wow, crazy!
So it's not even a weight cut.
Any weights?
Not yet.
That's
the real next big thing, man. I haven't touched the maybe not. Let's not say weights. Let's say an actual strength and conditioning program specific to. Like redefining my frame.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I just don't have the education personally, and I haven't sought out someone to take the time to help me. Yeah. Which I'm sure I will. It's in the works. I'm just not sure.
Well, that's pretty crazy. You know, like I wonder what happened with the weights. You know, because like I said, you have a big frame already. You know, like at 145, like damn, that's a big deal. Imagine putting some.
Like what happens? How's my body gonna react? You know what I mean? And like I said, I would like to think that I would I would like fill out fast. You know what I mean? Like get more like defined and shit. But like right now, all my strength and conditioning is sport specific. Rounds, rolling,
all core. Tossing people around.
And we do like, you know what I mean, like body weight workout. You know, lots of calisthenics, and then I do a shit ton of running. I love just knowing that I have that in my back pocket that I can, that my movement will hold up.
Yeah.
That's how I fight.
Well, you have good movement, dude. Like you like you're like darting in and out and hitting these angles, which I think is incredible, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I'm not trying to like stick around and get hit
Yeah,
in the
no,
pocket.
like,
These dudes are trying to stand in the pocket, and I'm like, why? Like
straight in the pocket with a straight head. You know?
It's interesting too because Marinoble's style is very forward in your face, always there. Like you know what I mean. Like my coach, like our styles are total. Like you know what I mean. Like my Marinoble is developing my style, which is that's how you know he's my coach. He's a real good coach.
Yeah.
But his style is in your face, from start to finish, no let off the gas pedal, and it sometimes is like super terrifying. I learned how to do that first.
Yeah.
And then I learned that maybe I don't want to stick around in the pocket and take tons of shots. So I'm gonna go ahead and
But when you go in though, you make people, they have to back up.
Yeah.
They have to back up. You don't give enough time for them to hit an angle. They have to back up, and that's like the worst. You know.
I want it to be purposeful.
Yeah.
Like and with my movement, like I've learned to kind of gain control of like my perspective of the fight, like learning how to see everything, and with my movement, keeping at the right range away from my opponent so I can hit them and not get hit, and then also back out enough to reevaluate my place. You know, because I want to be a thinker. You know what I mean, and that's why I've learned to be a thinker against guys that are really trying to take my head off in the gym. Really good. Like I got amazing sparring partners. Julius, people don't know, man. Like when that dude is 100 and like ready to fight, like he'll put you down. You know what I mean? Like, and so like the guy, and especially the guys at MMA Gold, like learning to deal with that type of pressure. You know what I mean? And that's what's developing my style.
Well, it's even good that you you were good on the ground against a purple belt. You know, you weren't afraid to throw bombs on the floor where most people were like, I don't know, I'll get up. You're like, no, I'm gonna start digging in.
It seemed pretty like solid. Like it seems pretty factual that no matter how good you are at jiu-jitsu, if you getting hit in the face, it's gonna change the your perspective. You know what I mean? Like, and because I was trying to imagine if I just rolled all the time, if I just rolled. And I didn't do striking at all, what would getting hit in the face feel like?
Yeah, it would suck.
It'd be pretty fucking terrible. You know what I mean? So, like, not that the guys I'm fighting aren't, like I didn't think Ian wasn't used to getting hit in the face. I just knew that he was more comfortable on the ground.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit more hesitant in his guard, and I like kind of stayed there and kind of turtled up and just threw like really short punches, and I postured up a couple times to throw big punches.
That was the difference between the last two. You're like this last one, you're bad.
Yeah. Dude, Samuel, that dude was beast, man. He choked me out on stage. That's why I said MMA, it's so weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like on papers, you know what I mean? I knew Samuel was good everywhere, but like I didn't know that this fool could like choke me out like that. You know what I mean? And 1 second, one mistake, boom, he snatched up my neck, and I almost went to sleep. You know what I mean? Boom, I let it. I took my L. And then I come back and made those adjustments, and it's totally fight, and I TKO him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
and that fight was a good one too, man. Whoa, bro,
man,
that was a
we
good
were
one.
working. Me and Sam, that's my boy, man. I love Samuel's the dude, man. We probably see each other again. You know what I mean? Like, well, I would love to fight him again. He's a beast. You know what I mean? Like, we had a fun fight. You know what I mean?
It was a good one.
But that's what I'm saying though. Those are the type of dudes that I like to be in there with, because that's what teaches me the most.
Yeah.
I know I'm better than before my last fight, and I'm better than the fight before that. Even my losses. You know what I mean? So I promise you, there's no 45ers that would have stepped up and fought that guy name on 1 day's notice like I did. I promise you. You won't. You want to take a loss for free?
Yeah.
No, I took a lesson for free.
There it is.
That's my attitude. You know what I mean? So whatever, bro. It sucked. It's a hard lesson. You know what I mean? Experience is a costly bitch, but you know, I'll pay it every time. So
that's why I love talking to you guys, man. These young up and coming fighters of the hunger. I like hearing what's in there to feel. You know what you're thinking about it, because man, I'm trying to live through you guys, man. I see you guys out there fighting.
And I'm living through other people. These aren't original ideas. You know what I mean? I'm saying shit that the best in the world say. Why? Because I know that they've already proven that it works. Why am I going to say something different? Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are attitudes that the best in the world have, and I'm just trying to develop their attitude. Yeah. And the way that I develop their attitude is by talking about it.
And believing it, too, because,
believing it. You say it enough times. Like, I said it to my brothers. Like, I remember, like, my 15, 16-year-old brothers and sisters, like, I was on a low a few years ago, just talking. I was like, guys, you know, I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like, and I would just keep repeating it. You know what I mean? To my people around me, and I just knew. I just like kept, and things kept materializing because I kept that attitude. So I can't deviate now. I'm too far in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, bro. I love it. I love hearing it, man.
Yeah,
but
no more tough 3-round fights. So I'm trying to get some more finishes.
That's
You know
it,
what I mean?
all right, man, Diego. We're about an hour in already.
Man,
So,
it's been nice, bro.
It's been good, bro.
It's my
So,
first interview.
Dude, it's an honor for you to be,
Bro,
Here it is, bro.
that's what I'm talking
So, how can
about.
people get a hold of you, man, to reach you?
Man, add me on Instagram, bro. Honestly, I have a Facebook. I mean, I use it, but, you know, it's mostly for my family members. I don't really fuck around with Instagram. But, yeah, add me on Instagram. It's Diego_Biggs, BIGGS, 145. So, yeah, you see me on there. I'm kind of annoying about food posts, and
I love it, dude.
I love cannabis, so I'm always posting cannabis stuff. So,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I just like to post anything specific to MMA. My son, cannabis, food, everything's about MMA to me. So yeah,
and
give me a follow, man.
You guys need to go out there and watch his videos too. They're on YouTube, Bay Area Combat, Panda Cup. Check them out, man. And you know what, Brent? I really appreciate it, bro.
Man, thanks so much for having me on, bro. I'm glad.
And like that, we're out. Today's podcast is brought to you by Royal Star Inc. Custom T-Shirts. Hey guys, do you ever go out looking for T-shirts but you can't find what you want? Or maybe you have an idea of something you want to put on the T-shirt? Or does your team not look like a team because you guys are wearing old logos, mismatching, different colors? That's not a good look. But Rudy at Royal Star Inc. got you covered. Hit them up for quality T-shirts, custom designs, fast turnarounds. They look great, they feel great. For sure, you've seen me rocking their gear before, and I'm going to tell you some of the best stuff I have. Follow them on Instagram at Royal Star Inc. Improving our world by improving our community, by improving ourselves. The mission at Redneck Family Jiu-Jitsu is simple yet global in the scope. They provide world-class instruction in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a fun, family-friendly environment. They want to help every student reach their full potential both as an individual and a contributing member to society. It's a fun place, so guys, if you want to get in shape, if you want to challenge yourself, bring your family in, bring your friends in. We'll see you there. Redneck Family Jiu-Jitsu, located at 1801 Kaler Road, Suite 10, right next to In-N-Out. Call 916-771-0525. Ask for Darren. Inspiring musician, future podcasters. If you're looking to jump into this business, look no further than Tony Edelman at the Mystery School Podcast. For your editing, mixing, and mastering needs, get your sound right. He has a cool podcast too, guys, so give it a check. So if you really want to do this and you're looking for the right sound, Tony is the man. Hit him up on Instagram at the Mystery School Podcast. Tell him Mitchell sent you.